My name is Macy McCullough, and I'm going to quickly walk you through my hex tile level generator that I created for our game As Night Falls for the Houdini 22 Game Jam. In it, we've got a grid made up of hex tiles. This version, right now I have all the final geometry loaded in, so you can see our little trees, our little mountains, and our little cliffs. And before we get any further, I'm actually going to turn those off really, really quickly because they kind of slow my machine down just a tiny bit. But yeah, so in this tool, we can easily change the size of the grid. We can make it super, super small, super, super large. Adjust it for our needs. We can toggle on and off UVs. We can toggle on and off the final geometry, as you saw. I also included a bit of a divider because we ended up using this with Houdini Engine, and so we found that if we divided it up, it was actually quicker to import. So we had like 10 or so HDAs, instances of the HDAs. That was one test. What we ended up actually doing, I'll get into that later, but this was one way we were going to try to combat a bit of logistics in terms of getting this into Unreal. What we ended up doing was we actually instanced Unreal blueprints, and so each tile ended up being a blueprint inside of Unreal. And to account for this, we had Unreal export options, different. You can export only the tiles, or only the actors, or both. But yeah, so the way the system works is you start from your hex, and then we might turn it into a grid, and then this is where the fun begins, right here in this attribute paint node. If we reset all changes, I can go in and actually paint different cliffs and mountains in. I have an elevation. Shoot, I accidentally messed that up, but we can paint in different elevations, different things that are going to spawn, different biomes. So like here I'm painting the stone biome, just blocking out some stuff. We've got sand, we've got water, all sorts of different assets that or different brushes that we can use that specifically my level designer used to create this little map, our map. And it was really, really cool. Then I just convert everything to points and assign the corresponding attributes. This little switch here allows me to do the divide that I was doing, just a simple group by range, and then blasting away the stuff that wasn't in the first like 10th or so of the grid to actually do the blueprint actors. We just took those points and I assigned corresponding attributes based upon the attributes that I got in my attribute paint. But it's kind of hard to see what you're doing in Unreal and make the changes, so I actually did the other side of the Houdini bit and have a little demo that you can spawn, and it's interactable in here. So everything is copied to points. I actually have a little bit of a color setting here if you want to just see how your elevation works, because sometimes with the different biomes it gets a little muddy. So this is just based off of the elevation attribute, promoting a couple attributes, splitting out, water from different things, and then water was basically just pretty much a flat plane, but the actual landscape geometry was a bit more intensive because I extruded things out based upon their height, and then I also, added in the trees or the stones and all of that, and then I just merged it. Of course, this is simplifying a lot, but overall, this was an awesome system to make, and I'm pretty proud of it. I really enjoy level generation, so making a tool like this is something that I've been practicing and studying how to do it, and this was my first time kind of making a fully fledged version of something like this. So we just bring it down, and then that's the nodes. All the materials are hooked up correctly. We have different blueprints that can, the blueprints spawn, and what we ended up actually importing into Unreal was just these points, and then everything was based off of that system. But I will upload this hit file, and y'all can poke around in it. And yeah, thanks for checking it out.